I am super excited to swatch this palette. Want to know why? Then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène with another video. First off, if you are curious, this eye look, you can take a look at the video right here. I did create it with a couple of eyeshadows that I had never used, and it's also part of Quad of the Month, so I had a little fun. But that is not why you are here today. We are going to talk about the Petit Pro 5, which is also called Soleil, which means sun, hence the very yellow packaging. And I have been very excited to get this palette, even though it wasn't in the cards yet. I knew it was going to end up being mine at some point. And late in the year last year, Sephora had a sale on these, and they ended up being $20 Canadian each. And I thought, oh, you are mine. And here it is. It's a very small palette. It is the, like I said, the number 5 Petit Pro. And I got this palette primarily for 2 colors, and here they are. Look at that yellow, and look at that purple. I love purple, and that yellow just called to me. They make me happy. And I really appreciate Viseart palettes because they are so small and they are so secure for having some palettes on the go that you're not worried about destroying. Plus, all of the pans are removable and they're magnetized, so you can easily put them in a larger magnetic palette, and you can mix and match across these if you have more than one to be able to bring them with wherever. I really appreciate that from Viseart, and I also appreciate, which I hadn't really noticed in other palettes, that they really put colors that go together close together. And that's something that I probably should have figured out some time ago, but when I was doing the last swatches of the, I think it was the Petit Pro 3, I'll put the video right here, it just kind of dawned on me that at least a number of them, top to bottom, mattes and shimmers, were working really well together. Now, this palette is a little bit different because it has 5 shimmers and only 3 mattes, right? The mattes, 3 mattes? Yeah, well, there's a satin. This is a matte, this is a matte, this is a matte, and I would say this is a satin. It looks like it has kind of shimmer and matte qualities, but I guess that's what swatches are for. We're gonna find out what all of these behave like. And this one looks like a duochrome to me, but I guess we're going to find out about that one as well. So I'm going to stop talking and we're going to start swatching. So I've got my clean fingers right here, and we're going to go for the first 4. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we will see how that all looks. Definitely a duochrome on that second one. And the purple, which is very normal, is a gritty matte. So here are the 4 colors. Look at, there's like a white base on this one, you see? Okay, let's see how they swatch. Okay, so that's the lightest color in the palette, and of course it matches my skin tone. I don't know how much you can see. Here is that, looks like a duochrome. If it's not quite duochrome, it certainly has bluish purple shimmer that cause it to shift. That is quite the shimmer at number 3. That's pretty. And then that purple. And usually, as a matte would be, it's kind of chunky on the first go, kind of gritty. Just trying to spread it around, which is what a matte like this with a brush works quite nicely. I would love to see these 2 together for sure. Very nice. And then this one and this one looks like it would go well together as well. Okay, here are the fingers. And let's go for the second pass. Look at how deep that purple gets. So interesting. Okay, second pass. That beigey peach matte is very smooth, but the purple is very normal for purples to be pretty gritty. just the way the pigments are. Okay, so here we go. These are the 4. And let's get to swatching the second row, or second time around, I should say. There's no such thing as the second row in this one because we're first and second row mixed up together. Oh boy, that builds up nicely, hey? Super. Let's go for the last one. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with those 4 colors right now. That is some intense purple right there. And it looks a little bit, in my viewfinder, it looks a little bit blue, more blue than I see in real life. It's just a real solid purple from what I can see. And that second one is really growing on me. A color, just a look with these two, I can definitely see. And once again, the fingers. Okay, I'm going to do my best to wipe these off because a few of them are pretty deep. That purple is something else. See if I can wipe my fingers, and then we will go for the last 4. Okay, well my fingers are somewhat stained, but I'm not getting any more color off on the towel I'm using, so that probably means that they will not transfer any sort of color to the last 4. And speaking of the last 4, these are them right there. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm kind of interested to see this one down here because this one ended up building quite deep when I was swatching it. So I'm curious to see what we're going to see with this other one that looks deeper than the one we finished swatching. So there's this trio in the middle that looks pretty intense. So we're going to see what that looks like. And the gold in the bottom corner looks like it's going to be quite nice. Okay, here are the 4. And this is the one I'm curious about. Do you see that? Almost looks like it's a duochrome as well. Let's take a look. I wouldn't say the other one's a duochrome. It just has a different color shimmer in it. This one is kind of a salmon color with a hint of light fuchsia. So I like this one too. It's like a burgundy pink with bronze shimmer in it. And this is the yellow. My sunshine color. And then finally the gold. And it does not disappoint despite being on the pinky. Here we go for the last 4 colors. I'm really intrigued by these two more than I thought I would be. Very interesting. Look at these two. Really intrigued by these colors. You know, you never know which ones are really going to strike your fancy until you swatch them. Seriously. Just there's something about spreading the color a little bit out of the pan that gives us some information we can't get from just staring at a palette. Here's the second go. And here we are. I can't wait to see how this one builds. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Okay. And this one I knew I would like. That's very pretty. Now the yellow. And the gold. Yeah, the gold looks even nicer on the second pass, which should not be a surprise. Okay, here we go. We have all 8 colors. Don't forget there's one here. It's just very close to my skin tone. And what do I think? What do I think? I still really, really like the purple and the yellow, but those were kind of gimmies. I knew I would. The surprises for me here are how much I like this one. That's a gimme color. That one and this one are also colors that I'm pretty sure I would like. But the knockouts, this one, yeah, I'm not sure which one I'm going to like better, this one or this one, but I like them both. And I really like this one too. So, and this one at the end, I'm never too jazzed about really that light colors. I would say that I am appreciating every single shadow in here. And we all need a color like this. It doesn't get me excited because it's like a light colored matte that we all need at some point, fleshy kind of color matte. But yeah, I'm fascinated by this color combination, and I will also say congratulations to Viseart, because this is a color story that goes beyond what they would normally do for an 8-pan eyeshadow palette, and I'm so happy they did, because it's beautiful, it was thoughtfully put together, and I am very sure that I will thoroughly enjoy using this palette. I'm really, really happy. I mean, I dug my fingers into this, boy. I'm so pleased with the outcome of this. I knew that I would love the purple and the yellow mattes, but that I like these other ones so much it's delightful. That's what I'm going to say. And I can see myself, like for example, for these two, I can see myself moving those around, and this one too, moving those around with some of the other Viseart mattes and shimmers, and doing a little bit of customization across my palettes, Viseart palettes. I can definitely see that happening. I can't stop looking at the palette. I would say that this Swatches experience was tremendously fruitful. I couldn't think of a word. I'm very excited, very excited. It's one of the most fun swatch experiences I've had of recent. And yeah, I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm curious, does anybody else have the Soleil palette? If you do, what do you think of it? And what do you think of the swatches? Is it enticing to you? Is it not a color story you'd be interested in? I'd be curious to hear. But with that, I will say thank you so much for watching this swatches video. I appreciate it every single time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.